little dance. I think you and another colleague, crewmate of Rashmi, who have done that. I think who has sent it? Yashashvi had shared in the DJs group, no? So I think so. That is what it is. Okay, so as Srilekha said, fabulous, great to start with a lovely song, actually, hip hop kind of a thing. So which started us going, who acted and stuff like that. It's always that is what any radio platform will
Yeah,
do, right? So that was
welcome, welcome,
fabulous.
please.
And Sri Lanka, always when we come, we hear some lovely song and something new and something old as well sometime, and it's always great. So fabulous. So let's begin this thing. So as Sri Lanka said, yes, we are very happy. We all very happy whenever we do an English show, right? Especially on DC Live. It's a great opportunity, and we also share. And I hope there will be crewmates who will be listening into us as well, apart from we here, right? And this time we haven't planned much. Rashmi is straight walked into this show. I haven't given much of clue, so it'll be more of the chat, and this is how we should. It'll become like a coffee at DC Live, those kind of a thing where it can be go along with the flow and stuff like that. But we have a lot of content which we would like to share today as well. Okay, so that is what it is. So brilliant. So it's rainy here in Chennai, right? Because of and plenty many of the schools in Chennai are closed, not in our region, right? And so it's a rainy afternoon here. So we have one participant as we speak, that is Vivekananda. So we welcome him as well. Okay. So as Sri Lekha also mentioned, what is this? What is uh, this ABL, right? And which is very hot, and right, this is how most of the learning does happen, especially language learning. If you want to do that, right? So we will dwell upon that, and we will speak about the entire stuff and what we do, how it is related to English course, and what we do in detach as well. So that is what we will cover today. Apart from that, as always, as a wish, we stopped playing songs, but songs are so important on a radio show. So we have some cute little two songs, I believe. Hopefully, we'll find time, and I'll play that with lyrics as well. Okay, so fantastic. So great, Rashmi. Good to have you again. And also, what are your thoughts about ABL? What it stands for, and what it does, and stuff like that.
Yeah, sir. As Sheila ma'am said, first you told, right, we are doing ABL stuff in DC Live. So that time I also thought, what is this ABL? Then you also elaborated that activity based learning.
Absolutely.
Then only I searched in Google, okay, what is this and all. After that only I get to know about this. So regarding activity based learning, yes, if it is very important in our school days also, because while if the teacher or the trainer keep on telling about the thing, if it is theoretical part, the learners we will get bored. Yes, in of course in college days also, when the law we had law part and law class. That time in that class we don't have any practical activity, in that only theory. That time I also used to get bored. But when it is come to accounting part, we are doing what we are learning in the class. We are practically applying that knowledge in that activity. We are doing that accounting, for applying formulas and all. Same thing here in English also. If it is continuously, if the trainer or the teacher is going to tell about, okay, this is the grammar rule, or this is the thing, while listening you have to follow this, or while reading the article you have to keep in this mind. That time it will not create that much impact on the students. If we apply, if we ask them to do the activity, or if we conduct any activity while conducting the class, that time that activity will definitely create more impact on the students, because what they are learning in the class, they are actively participating in that activity, and they are practically applying that knowledge in their activity. uh, and if we do one activity, that time we will remember that activity forever. If we just in theory class, we are just reading and we are just listening that part. But we will not maybe remember that things. But if we participating in that activity and we are practically doing that activity, that time we will remember that activity forever. uh, that is the thing, sir.
Absolutely. Great. So what Rashmi is driving home the point here is like what she's saying is like if you do practically yourself, then it stays with you, right? So that is precisely what she also tried to mention, and so that is actually true, right? When you start doing it, right? If you have a classroom where you have a teacher, and the teacher comes and does the stuff and then walks off, then yeah, it is good because you would still download a lot of stuff, lot of concept, if you are tuned into what the teacher is saying, and also depends on how the teacher is explaining, and what is the skill, because the same book, if you give to different people, they will have a different approach. So is your approach very interesting for the audience? At the end of the day, it's not like how good you speak and what you're able to do, it's also how effective it is on the learners, and what is the change which you're able to bring in the learners. So that is very important, right? So one point what Rashmi said is like activity stays, and which is very important. And so very important, if we quickly understand this activity based learning, right? So which is especially a language, right? It has to be where the participants are doing more of this, right? We are not in a space where it's like the lecture where the participants come and attend the class and then walk off. No, it's not like that. So the more and more the participants are involved, the more and more it will stay with them, the more and more they will build the confidence, and the more and more they will see there's a transition which is happening, which is benefiting them, right? So that is one concept. Another, we will talk about a lot of things, how confidence also helps and stuff like that, right? So this is a new concept. I'm not saying this is new, but this has been there for a long time. Even in the kindergarten and stuff like that, you see the lot of kids, they encourage the kids to do the activity on own, right? And even in schools and stuff like that, there are many schools who are doing it, but the focus as such, it's not like where it's more of book learning. You learn chapter and then you have questions and you answer, then you're learning the grammar part, you're learning the vocabulary and stuff like that. But how much it is on the practical aspect, it's a big debate, right? So that is why, because the language becomes a big issue. Once we graduate out of school or college, then it becomes, we find it very difficult if it is a meet or something like where we have to speak, because we don't have the practical exposure. And that is one thing what the course does, detach English does, right? Because when we have the classes, it's a participants who do bulk of the things after the initial classes. I know once upon a time, right, when we started, we used to have 5 classes, and then we used to have Saturday assignments and all. But again, we have to, because participation and stuff like that, we have squeezed it to an extent where we are doing max 3 or maybe 4, right? Max 3. So that is what it is, right? So the point here is like so this is very important, right? So the point is like if you see the initial classes would be where you don't want to push them into something where they're not comfortable, right? So you want to ensure that they start liking it, they start coming to the class, and then over a period of time, if you see the participants start doing the activity, right? So this is especially for a language like an English language. If you want to learn, you have to do the stuff on your own. It is fine if you're making error. It is fine if you are probably don't know, not sure about, right? What is the class is for? Class is all for learning. And if we feel shy, if we're not able to express ourselves, where you will be able to do. So that is a great platform, the class, where participants come, tasks are given, they come and explore themselves. They might find it a bit difficult initially, but over a period of time, they start gaining the confidence, right? The point here is like everybody have a different level, right? When they come with a different scale. right? But everybody have an optimal level at this point of time. What is optimum level? Where suppose I am at the scale 3 now. When I came into the English class, I have an opportunity to scale up to scale 6 or 7 as well. But if I'm not doing that, then probably I haven't obtained my optimum level at this point of time, right? So this can differ. There would be another participant who is extremely talented, right, but not putting effort. That participant can scale up to 8, 9, or 10 as well, but not able to put in those effort, right? So that's another scenario as well. So this is what it is. So to give a brief, what is activity based learning? This is not only here in English training, and many of other learning and other training as well. These kind of concepts are there where it is more of a practical exposure rather than a theoretical exposure. So that is what it is. So English at DTech is all ABL, activity based learning. After the initial classes, it's all the participant. I know the trainer would be there, would be what do you call orchestrating the class and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's the participants who do the bulk of the stuff, right? So I hope that answers that. And we also have good to see some. We have participants Karthik and Vivek as well. I don't want to push anybody in, but anytime you want to come in, I thought you can just key in a message. I'll come to you, so that if you want to share something, if you want to ask something, you certainly can. Right? Sometime I ask someone, and then the next moment the participants are not there. So I don't want that to happen. So be here. So if you want to share something, have a point, just mention here. We will love to come and hear you as well. Okay. So let's move on. I believe we have explained what is ABL, activity based learning. So there are plenty of benefits. Some of the benefits I just mentioned now, right? So when to give a background, right? English here, when we do the DTech course, we don't have any sort of kind of an uh, what do you call, more into grammar and that and this and stuff like that. It's more of a functional thing, so that we have limited time, and that limited time, what you can give and how you can build that outside the class as well, that is what we create within the class. So what is a benefit, Rashmi, when we do these kind of classes? What is the benefit which happens, right? You also mentioned, if you participants are not doing it, the trainer is doing most of the stuff. It doesn't stay with the participant.
Yes.
When participants start doing a lot of this activity on their own, what is the benefit which happens to participants?
Yes, sir. So, if we conduct activities in the classroom, so that activities make learning more enjoying and engaging and enjoyable. So it made leading to a higher level of if we conduct activities, so we can make participation, and students can participate in that activities, and it will motivate among themselves to participate in the activities. So number of participation will increase, and also the learners, what they are learning in the class, they are practically applying their knowledge in the real world situation.
Absolutely. Mentioned one very important part, right, which is like, if you're not enjoying something, right? I know not everything can be enjoyable. Sometimes you are sitting somewhere, or maybe that long meeting, or maybe, let's be very honest about it, right? So then probably nobody can tell you that enjoy, right? It may not happen, but especially learning, right? So the onus is also on the detach and also the training team to make it enjoyable for the learners, right? Make it enjoyable so that they're not only learning, but also they are also enjoying, right? They are liking what they are doing, right? They are also seeing the result, what is happening, right? And they feel happy about that, and they want to come. And right, and they also are expecting to, most of the students, not everybody definitely, right? So you may not have that luxury, but most of the students are looking, when is the next class, right? And what is going to happen, right? So that is what. And when the training gets over, they feel bit what do you call, they feel a bit bad, right?
Yes.
It's getting over, right? No, Rashmi, right?
Yes, sir.
So we thought it will go on for, and also that is what it is, right? So if you make it enjoyable for the participants will love to come, right? And how, not all the courses will give you that opportunity, but in language training, like in English, does give an opportunity because you can play with a lot of things with learning added to it, and which will be so enjoyable for the participant. So first thing
And the
for,
main thing, sir,
yeah,
it activities build confidence. If one
absolutely,
participant is doing that activity, then I will feel like, okay, why can't I do can't do that activity? So I'll also try, whether it is right or wrong. I will try to do that activity. So it will build confidence in us.
absolutely, absolutely. See, now recently we spoke about in one of these shows I section as well. It was a very difficult task, especially for me as well, right? Because when we were speaking, right, when I was talking, when they were not able to understand. So, but we have to train them. They were around 30, so around 20 were regular, I would say, for English, more or less, right? So when I'm talking to them, if they're not able to understand me, how can I have a conversation with them? It's so difficult, so challenging. And so the point here is like, what do you do, right? How do you bring it, right? So these are all the challenges, right? So what you do is like you work around, right? You go slow, you can't push things to them. They might lose the interest if you don't keep it interesting to them as well. They may stop coming as well. So these are the challenges, and which you do according to the need of the trainees who are there, right? So this was one kind of a case which we did, which we felt very happy as well. And when we completed, it was a completely turnaround. But there was a long way to go still. But there was a mark which was created, right? So the point is like, if you don't make it interesting for the participants, probably they may not turn. That is one. And what Rashmi also said, very important point, is like, in every class you will have, out of 30 class, you will have five or six who will be the what do you call, spearheads, right? They are the one who will create the momentum for you in the class. What is this momentum? Because they are the confident lot, right? Maybe they may not be right and always on all the thing, or maybe they might be right in many of the things as well, but they are the confident lot. They want to share, they want to probably what they're not into too much into whether what is right and what is wrong. They want to share. So the point is like what Rashmi said, is like, these are the participants who are so important for any class, because they are the one who create the momentum for you. They build that momentum. And when you see another 25 participants see, oh my god, she is able to do or he is able to do, I think I can do as much as that person, if not more than that person. So why not I do, right? It's so easy. If he is able to do, I can also do that. Or if she is able to do, hey, look, I can do better than her, right? So why don't I try? So this is what it is. This is a kind of a vibe, which, or maybe a positive energy, which flows into the other participants in the class as well, right? Then you will have the challenging lot as well, right? That you have to work in a different way. But this is a great momentum which builds in the class, right? So that is one. So there are a lot
And
of other benefits. So one thing Rashmi also pointed, is like, she mentioned about the confidence, right? So the first thing, how does the confidence build up? Because the focus is on the participants, right? So we start with them kind of an icebreaker. We'll come to the tasks as well. So that icebreaker eases out, hey, English. But what we are doing icebreaker. We are asking if you can fly, right? If you realize that you have wings, you can fly, where you want to go. Hey, what is happening? Is this not English? Are we not going to do grammar and those kind of stuff? Are we not going to do something else and stuff like that? So this is where the concept of learning changes, right? So it's interesting for them. So with the icebreaker, and then the lot of chit chat, a lot of, maybe now, I think at the beginning of the show, Sri Lekha was asking Rashmi how was Diwali and all. Maybe this is nothing to do with maybe the curriculum of English, but this is a chat which you are having and which you are having in English. So like this, we have plenty of chats around your work, around sometime about your hobbies or family, that, this, and everything, or maybe festivity. So these are all like what we are having, these kind of chit chats, so which also helps in a great way. So since the focus is on the participants, so what really happens is like slow but steady, the confidence starts building up, right? So the confidence starts building up, and over a period of time, it brushes to all the participants, right? It will not happen that you will have a participant who has been regular, who came at the scale 3 or 4, but who's leaving at scale 3 or 4. No, it will never happen, right? So the scale will definitely go up, right? So this is what it is. So the confidence starts building up. Hey, there are 20, 25 participants. I'm able to speak, right? I'm able to have my camera on, right? And this is big thing, right? When you have now, see, let's welcome to this world, right? Which is like Google Meet world or maybe Zoom world, and which is going to stay, which is not going to go away, right? And which has brought in a lot of benefits because you don't have to travel much. And earlier, right? So now we've got into a thing where it is, and training. I speak to my training fraternity as well, outside Desi crew, of course, friends and colleagues who have been there in this industry, and they also feel that this is a great what do you call blessing for remote training, and which does wonders. Because if you imagine, if you have 30 students who are in front of you, and you say X, you please get up and speak, then you think that everybody is looking at you, you are in the focus. But this is all remotely connected, and people are able to learn and get the benefit as well. So that is why. So this is a great thing. So
And one more benefit from active based learning is that
yeah,
if you conduct activities in the class, so we will notice the participants, how they are pronouncing a word, or how they are implementing the words while they are speaking. For example, if Sarvanan sir is using this word while he is speaking, then I'll also, next time while speaking, then I'll also try to implement that word while I am speaking. And we will get that areas of improvement where we have to improve ourselves while speaking or doing that activity. Okay, Sarvanan sir has given this feedback to that student, then okay, next time I also should understand that concept and try to apply while I'm speaking or while I'm writing. Those things we can get while doing the activity.
absolutely. And see, I've said that. See, always when you are, if you can catch hold of someone, not literally catch hold of someone, if you know someone who can speak better English, right? Have a conversation with that person in English, and so obviously, like Rashmi said, there will be a lot of words that person will be using, which will be a great word which you can also add on to your vocabulary, which will help you in a big way, right? So that is what it is. And as she mentioned, I keep coming to this lovely word which Soloni used in the previous summit in Kolumangudi, self-deprecating, right? So nobody had a clue, right? Even many of those who were there in a dice, I hope they didn't have a clues, right? And so I we see a lot of messages which comes from our CEO as well. So he also uses this word. So sometimes nobody is a kind of Wikipedia or a dictionary. You go and check, right, and check what's the meaning, and take it there and keep looking at. That's the same process for everybody. If Virat Kohli is able to do what he is doing, that he goes through the process. The process is same. Some will be more talented, some will be probably less talented. But you can also be a Rahul Dravid, not an Virat Kohli, but still you can be really successful, right? How? Because you put in a lot of efforts. So this is what it is. So this is a great thing. What Rashmi said, someone, right, whom you can speak with, and they will have a lot of these words, and which will help you. So the point is like benefits is like the focus is on the participants, and enormous confidence which builds up to over a period of time to all the participants. It also fast tracks because detached course is limited. So we do 30 hours in 101 and 2020 in 201 and 301. We don't have the luxury of 6 months or maybe 1 year and all. So it has to be fast tracked, and so that does happen. And participant, they realize they knew themselves, right? Many times the participants say, right, they have realized knew themselves, right? So we have a lot of examples, right? Sri Lanka is a classic example here. I used to keep pushing her like, Sri Lanka, you can do, right, and all. And so it's so nice to see that the confidence which is oozing. And there is a participant in what do you call? I think Preeta, if we can use name. She used to say she used to do the debates and other things in the school and all. But somewhere down the line, life and all, which is taken over, she lost that touch. And so now she was like, she was so happy that she's able to bring in, discover those things here, and she's able to. This is giving a kind of a platform. So this is another thing which happens. The participant, they realize, hey, English. I thought I was all running away from it, right? I was feeling a bit awkward whenever it was English. Now this is not something difficult. I can do that. So that's not easy. So they realize something new, and it helps a great deal. The reason why it is there in detach is like, because it helps you at work with the speaking or maybe writing and stuff like that. It helps you with the meeting and stuff like that. It helps you with the client call and stuff, right? It helps you in a DC summit like which we had recently. At the end of the day, you can say that you can use your own language or maybe Kannada or Tamil, but when you go on dice, you have to speak in English, right? So it also helps you writing great deal. Writing is, I would say, the most challenging task of all the four aspects of this particular language. Listening, speaking, and reading can be okay, but writing can be in kind of a thing. So this is what it is. So these are the benefits. So what we will do is, like, we've been talking for a long time, almost half an hour now. So my internet's slightly bit slow. I don't know, because of the weather and stuff like that. So I'm going to play a song. And so this is with an lyrics actually, and which is doing rounds. And you know what? My son introduced me to this song. I didn't know about this song. He said, "Dad, this song is good." So, right, and I started loving it. Slow one. So, and it's also an. I hope my internet, yeah, with the lyrics as well. So beautiful song. I got two. Let's see, we are able to play the next one as well. And so it's like a kind of emotional, and it's a kind of love song, right? So I hope you will all like it. So I'm going to play this, and then we will come back. And what we will do is, like, we will discuss about the activities in the ABL which we do, right? So here it comes. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, maybe next song I'll try. Okay, thanks, Srileka. Okay, great. So let's move ahead. Right, I think we have discussed a lot right in the beginning, ABL benefits and stuff like that. So we will talk about some of the activities which we do. So you might be thinking, what are these practical activity which we are doing, right? So we will also try to list out few things, and why we do it and what's the benefit when we do that. So what are some of the practical activities which we do, Rashmi, in English?
Yes, the main activity we do in the class is vocabulary thing. So in the three levels also we give vocabulary words to the students, and we ask them to construct a sentence out of it by using that word. So
Okay, it's okay. Office, you continue. Don't worry.
okay,
We saw the
so
place as well where you sit and all. So when we came to Kapu, I'm sure everybody was there. Sri Lanka was there, and a lot of crewmates who are sitting next to each other. You're blessed, at least to some
yes,
extent.
yes, sir.
Where some of the other crewmates, right, who are there, they are so close.
Close, yes,
And sometimes when they're doing the free speech, I understand what is happening, because others are there and they are doing a, come on, what is happening, what you're talking and to whom you're talking. There are some, no, that participants, one participant, no, who another one will keep looking into the
yes.
screen, right? So it does happen. Don't worry, Rashmi, so please continue what you're saying. Yeah.
Sir, in the vocabulary word activity, when we ask students to construct a sentence out of it. They're actively applying their knowledge while doing that sentence.
Yeah.
So it will help them to think know the get to know the meaning of that word, and different not only one meaning, different meanings. And we also tell them how to search the meaning in Google. So we tell them the Oxford and Cambridge dictionary also. So while searching these words, they will get to know the different meanings of that word, and they will get to know, okay, in which sentence, in which scenario we have to use that word in a real world situation. So this will help learn students to use that word in the sentence. And also second activity we do is free speech activity, which is one of the difficult activity for me when I was in English Skills 101. But once I get to use it, I got a confidence and I started speaking. So in this free speech activity, when we it encourages learners to think on their feet and express their thoughts spontaneously. So it will build fluency and uh, they will and confidence also. And also they will it will create ability to communicate more naturally. If we get in the real life also, if we give one topic, or if we tell something, if they while in the process also, or while talking with others also, if you give any one topic, they will think at that moment, and they will start speaking by this free speech activity. And next one activity we give
Keep
is
your mic nearby a little bit. Mic, yeah.
okay. The next activity we give is we play one video, and we play one video and we ask questions based out of that video. So this activity will help learners to understand the what is there in that video, what the speaker is telling. And it will also help us to understand the accent, different types of accents we will learn, okay, how they are pronouncing the words and all. And we will be more conscious while listening that video. It will improve our listening skills also. So because we are asking the question based out of that video, right, and we are asking their opinion also, how this video impact on your life, how you are in any learning you got from this video. That this question we are asking. And next one is writing task. Writing task is also a very important task, because in writing task, as while we are asking them to create one creative essays, or we are giving one topic and they have to create their own stories. This is my favorite task in 301. I have not learned 301, but I have so many stories while students are creating. So we ask them to create one story, their fictional stories. And also it will help the uh, s- students to apply their knowledge. What they speaking is one type of activity, but writing is different. It is another type of activity, because here we we can use different types of words while we create the essays, or while we write the stories and all. And it will language also, usage of language. And uh, and also vocabulary is, I already told that, grammar and sentence structure. And uh, that sometimes while speaking, we can't some participants, they have different types of thoughts, right? So while speaking, they are not that much fluent on that, but while writing, their writing will show how they are using those words and all. For example, Vigneshwaran, I saw because he reads novels and all, he told, right, he is a book lover. So he wrote one story. He wrote one story in 301. So it was it was kind of a novel, love story kind of thing.
Mhm.
I remember, so I liked it very much. But while speaking, I didn't know that okay, Vigneshwaran has this or this talent. Like I didn't know that. These are the main tasks we do in the class. Also group discussion also we were doing in the first, when I joined I was learning 101 201, and middle we stopped that group discussion, and role plays also we were doing. But last version we did group discussion. It will also help students to exchange their knowledge. Then while one is speaking favor thing, and one another participant will jump in and he'll say no, no, this is not right, like this. So this will help the communication, their knowledge, accents, and confidence.
Okay, brilliant. So summed up almost everything, right? A lot of things I should say, and fabulous. So first thing first is like a few things
Okay.
what we mentioned is like, see, we even before vocabulary we start with icebreaker, which I said in the earlier in the show. So that is one. So sometimes we try to do something more as well, but since reduced class, we are able to do only one icebreaker. Then the vocabulary is what which opens up the participants, right? Because every day that three words they have to make in small tiny sentence, and they bring it to the class, and they have to read it. When they do that, they need to have a camera on when they are speaking, at least, right? And that is one mandatory thing, because it becomes audio, no, then it becomes very easy, right? I'm not, see, if it's audio now, I'm not really perturbed. See, uh, it might not do a big thing, but it is somewhere telling your brain, right? Now others are able to see you, right? And these are all the important practice which one should be able to do, right? And so you should expose yourself, right, when you are having your camera on and you're speaking. And you should be able to do that. If you switch on and speak, no, then suddenly in a meeting where you have camera on, then the people are looking at you, you have to express, then it will be a new thing. So this is where the practice should happen. So that is one. So vocabulary, as Rashmi has said, don't want to add anything more, which is very, very important, right? And which is very, very important task, especially in 101 and to some extent 201 as well. And 301, then we do it on a tracker. But 101, we do it on more often than not on a daily basis. But we also tell them vocabulary is all around you, right? We can only give you limited vocabulary words. Now you need to keep an eye on different things, like it could be self-deprecating, or it could be any other word, or it could be any word. It can come from anywhere. So if you don't know the word, take it to the book and keep a book for life, right? And write it there and keep seeing the word till it's a part of you. And as Rashmi said, it also helps you to construct a sentence, put your thoughts in that particular word, and also bring it. So this is what it is. See, what is it should be like when we speak in Tamil or Kannada, it is like very spontaneous, right? Nobody, we're not thinking too much when we're speaking, or if we are good in writing, we're not thinking too much and stuff like. So that is the comfort level. If we are not there, we should try to extend ourselves, or maybe venture on that particular journey. So that is one. So vocab definitely an important thing. And as Rashmi mentioned, videos which we show with Q&A as well, question and answers, right? So we do it for all the stuff. And these videos could be the normal YouTube videos or TEDx videos as well. We play it in 201 and 301 TEDx video. TEDx, for those who don't know, it's again another platform where you have very limited time to express yourself, max maybe 18 minutes or there about that, right? Or maybe less than that, right? Where you are there and you need to express what you want to say about any topic it could be, right? And it's a great platform. So we play some TEDx and YouTube. We have Q&As as well. Then we also ask them to express what they thought about that. Do they agree about that? Do they don't agree about it? So we literally want them to, we actually want them to have a stand. What do they feel about this, right? And there are many life situations as well where they can relate to something. There are new concepts as well, right? So this is another way of going everybody to share what they want to share. And this has got real practical implication as well. Why? Because tomorrow, in a meet, it happened recently in the summit, or it can happen in your team meet, or maybe anywhere. What do you think about it, right? What was it? So what is your thing? You might have something, or you may not have something. You may not have something, it's fine, but you have something and then you're hesitating. Shall I share? Shall I not share? Shall I express, or what shall I do, and stuff like that? So that inhibition would be which be off, right? It will make you confident, right? So these are very practical implication which has in our life as well. Then we talk. We also do audio podcast, and this we do it. Again, we do it for 301, so there is no video assistance, right? It's only audio, right? And then we will discuss about that, right? So there are a lot of podcasts like this which is available. I share few in the class, right? And so this is another way, right? Just an audio, and listen to that. That will improve your listening skills in a great way. See, those who have worked in a call center and stuff like that, they will have a great listening ability. If you work for 2 years or 3 years and stuff like that, you probably will have a great ability, because you have to sound is something which you have to rely on. There's nothing. A call comes in, not all the calls will be clear. There will be a lot of disturbance. There will be clear voice. There will be grumbled voice. There will be old. There will be young. There will be a lot of other things. So you pick it up, right? So that is one. So the podcast and stuff like that, it's a great thing. Free speech, as Rashmi said, which obviously stands out as a participant. They have to speak, and they have to speak for certain duration of time. So it could be like 3 minutes for an we expect in 101, and maybe five or more as well. We let one free speech, even if it's 201 or 301, even if it goes beyond, let it go. Let them express, right? So maybe if it goes very very beyond, then we'll say yeah, it's enough. You can wind up and stuff like that. So again, in the free speech, we tell them how do you put your stuff, how how do you add little interesting stuffs, anecdote and stuff like that, right? Whether you want to start it in a way where it is very dull and boring for everybody, or you want to start in a different way where you want to say something where everybody start okay, here it comes this speech and we are going to listen. So are you going to add some real life stuff as well? Are you going to make it interesting? Are you going to use certain words which we have learned, or maybe new stuff as well, right? How you're going to end, right? You can use some quotes and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff which happens, so which again has a practical stuff, because when you have a meet or summit or client or whatever the circumstances or situation might be, you will be able to you will be prepared, and this will prepare you for that as well. So you can present yourself in a much better way, right? You might content might be the same, but the way you present it. Okay. So we also sometimes conduct, not sometimes, we definitely conduct instant free speeches in 201 and 301. So one free speech is like we give them time, right? Think about it. And these are all like very general topic, right? It could be a water, right? A scarce resource. So what do you think about that? Or it could be like uh, the year went by. Maybe if it's a new year, we will give the year went by. What do you think about the year, which is because 2000, this particular year, 2023 is not very far off. So if we start a batch recently, we'll talk about the year going to go behind, and then the year ahead. What do you think about that? What's your plan? So it's very practical. And this is where many of the participants, like Rashmi was mentioning, they talked about their own life story or maybe love story. And we had one more participant as well in Kapu. She also mentioned that, right? Right. So these are the things which comes in. So they share what they want to share and how comfortable they are and stuff like that. So this is one very important activity, instant free speech. So sometimes they might come and they're not aware of it, and we tell them instant free speech today, right? We will give you something. You will not have so much of time, but take this time and prepare something and present it, right? So that is what it is. Then GD, which we do at times, we're doing it when we had more hours. Now we have curtailed ourselves. We recently did. It was welcomed very well. And role plays and hobby day as well, we used to do earlier. So these are the few stuff which we do as a task, right? And which participants participate. Apart from that, we also expose them to movies. right? We play at least one clip it of movies, right? We want them to expose to this as well, right? Language learning can be learned through what do you call, web series or a movie and stuff like that. If you start watching very regularly, so you will start loving it, one, and start probably also learning the language, not probably, certainly. Now the next thing is like drama, right? It could be a movie, or we play that English speaking video, right? Which is like a fun video where they're speaking English with fun and stuff like that. We play it for 201 and 301 as well. So we also have video where it will help you for conversation in 101, right? So it's a 30 minutes video. We break it into three, where we play there are it's like cartoon kind of a version where they speak on a day to day. Where is the cat is in the house. Where is this is besides this. Where is that, so that's across this. So those kind of video as well. So basic small thing how you can express. Sometime we might be not sure how to say that, right? So which will help you with that as well. Then right, so these are the things, and we expose them to songs as well, right? So which we do here. So three songs we will do. So these are the things which we do, right? And if somebody likes all these things, great, fabulous. And outside the class, after the class is over, what do you want to do? Engage yourself with these kind of activity. And though the training is not happening, you can find a mentor with whom you can speak, or maybe be a mentor, right? One in terms of speaking and stuff like that, and also do this task. So you're not far away from learning, and you're doing learning. So this is I hope we have given a kind of an summed up what we actually do, what is activity based learning, and what is the benefit of activity based learning, and also what are the tasks and what are the activity. So everything after the initial classes, if I want to say maybe a couple of classes, what happens is like all activity. Yeah, so you might be wondering, are we not focusing on grammar? We do, but to some extent, not too much, because of the lack of time. And we focus on the important things which the participants should keep in mind in terms of speaking, reading, writing, and stuff like that, right? So that is what it is. So anything, last comment before we go into the last segment? If anybody wants to share, right, you certainly can. And this was a kind of an info which we wanted to share, and I hope so this is what it is. So any last comment, Rashmi, you want to share, or Srilekha, or anybody, before we head into the song? I hope the song will play this time from my end itself.
No, sir, no, sir. No
Okay,
from my side.
right,
Yeah.
right. Okay, so fabulous. So what we will do is like definitely we will keep coming back, and so we will do these kind of shows, and then hopefully there were a couple of participants who came and saw what is happening, and that is good. I hope in centers as well there will be someone who will be listening in, and I'm sure round the corner when we will start another detach thing, which is not far away. That is what I come to know, right? So hopefully they will when we do, we will also give like last time we gave access to the live class, right? So we will try and give that as well. So we will play another song which is from Elect Benjamin. So my screen share is ready. So which is again Let Me Down Slowly, another great lovely number, very slow one. In the previous song, if you see, it was all that piano, right, which was like and so this is another very slow and very melodious one, and which is again a love song. So I hope you will all enjoy. So here it comes. So let me share it.